everyone, Six here with this week's lap guide again. So round 3, back in the GR3s, and the first of the enduros. So here we are at Brands Hatch. So I'm board with the Pug. Each GR3 round from now on, I'm rotating through each of the team's cars. So this week's it's Pug, because I find MR cars probably a better car for this track, although tyre wear. But let's hop on board and go from there. Any questions? Don't hesitate to ask throughout the week. Always available. So looking, so the boards here, kind of around where the green end of the fence is on the left there, is kind of where you start the transition to the brakes here. So it'll be an initial heavier application, then trailing back to keep the nose in. So about here, so you can see that transition's already happening, 100%, and then straight back to 20, 30, 40% to keep that nose, the weight on the nose, grip on that tyres onto the front end to help you rotate. With most cars here, yeah, you just kind of, once you're at the apex, is the point where you can get really on full throttle. Again, focusing on not touching that sand. So practice that. You can lose a lot of time here if you don't use all the track limits, but it's also danger there to the left. So coming up just before the bridge, you can see I'm already starting the transition from the throttle, off the throttle onto the brakes. And I like to angle the car in towards the apex here. If you can get it right on the apex, right on the ripple strip, the car likes to rotate, or the curb likes to help the car rotate. So down the first, being in the Pug, I think it likes to have a bit of on throttle understeer. So wait for the car to rotate, use the MR characteristics for the guys that are in that, and then on throttle, up the gear to help another little bit of rotation. And you tucked over to the right, so you're looking at the one board on the right there. Between that and the start of the curb here, you want transition. So yeah, about 50% brake and then trailing off to keep that front end grip on. On throttle about the apex of the previous corner, using all the track limits out to the right. And again, the one board is kind of the marker here. I try and not go too far out to the right here. Again, marbles start to build up out there, can get dirty. Being an enduro, yeah, if you don't want to run wide there, done it a few times myself. So yeah, on the brakes, trailing about 40-50%, and then down to 10. As soon as you got that nose tucked in, you don't want to you want to stay just off the curb. That can unsettle a few cars there. So I'll try and stay just off the curb. And you're looking about full throttle around where this white line is. And yes, you're already there, bringing up to 50% throttle, and then flat out, using all the track limits again. And now we get set up for another tricky section of corners here. So you're looking about, yeah, I'd say that's about halfway between the one board and the two board. Right after the sector split is when you still want to start transitioning here. So a little dab of the brakes, keeping that little bit of trailing in, keep the car steady. And then once you're probably about here, you want to already be getting on full power. Using all the track limits. Coming up, again, so transitioning right now. So just before the green board there on the left with the man with the camera. Good job, mate. And then getting in here. So you want to cut this corner as much as you can. So as long as you, again, left wheel, probably on the white line is where you want to aim for. And yeah, this is, if you cut these corners right, saves you a lot of time. Get confident with going, I can probably go a little bit wider there myself, but get confident with being right on the edge of track limits for this track. It is key to lap time. But full throttle, let the car drift out wide. Keep it out wide. I'm using the white one board on the right there as kind of, so I'm already transitioning right now as my guide for turn in and lightly braking. Don't do too much brake, otherwise the car will push wide. So right up there, see here, cutting the corner a fair bit. Common spot for people to go wide there. You can see I'm right on the edge, but it's after you do a few laps here, you will start to get confident there. So another spot to just practice. Getting it right over, and just before the one board on the right again. So it's a common theme here, just before the ones. If you want to call that a 50 or 100 meter board, go for it. But yeah, on the brakes, getting it tucked in. Missed the apex just a little bit myself there, which ruins the momentum coming in here. It'll lose me a couple of tenths at the end of lap time, but keep that momentum flowing. And then again, looking at probably 20 metres before this one board on the brakes, getting tucked in and keeping that float. And there we have it. So that's brand attached for you. Hope you enjoyed that. Again, a few tenths in that. I reckon 22.5. It's probably a very, very competitive time. So good luck all, and yeah, as usual, luck without me talking now, and the bird's eye car shot from behind to just show you where the track limits are. So yeah, good luck again, and yeah, have fun.